Aloha everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you a head-to-head comparison between the Amazon Echo Dot and the brand new Google Home Mini. The Google Home Mini's introduction now puts a head-to-head competition with Alexa. So Alexa's Echo Dot has been the most popular selling form of the Echo on Amazon. And now with the Mini from Google, I think they have a very good competition. And also we now have a better form factor to interact with the Assistant. This is TK. Let's see how they compare. The first thing we're going to notice is the form factor. I think I already did the video for you guys with the unboxing and setup, but I was showing you guys with the earlier version, the Echo Dot. This is the latest edition of the Echo Dot. It's much smaller. The volume rocker is no longer in the ring. We have to have a plus and minus, the microphones in the center, microphone mute and initiation button, all of these things, and of course the single firing speaker that's facing upwards. On the bottom, we have more vents to be able to provide better ventilation, a non-slip material, and on the back, we have a one power connector, essentially is a micro USB connector that needs power about 5 volts at 1 amp, and a 3.5mm headphone jack to be able to connect external audio. So Amazon is aware of the fact that this little guy does not have the best audio, and if they want to basically supplement it, you just need to use that little 3.5mm headphone jack. So from a form factor, very nice, very stylish. You can buy accessories. There's a lot of things on Amazon to be able to customize it to make it look unique. Now when it comes over to the Google Home Mini, the Google Home Mini is very new in the form factor. We're used to seeing the standard Google Home, which is a much bigger unit with definitely a much better sound representation. What we have here is a single firing speaker that's covered with a kind of a plastic casing and the mesh cover on the top. On the back, we have a one button to be able to mute and unmute the microphone on it, and a single connector, which is for a power connector. That's the 5 volt at 1 amp micro USB connector. And of course, both of them have pretty much similar form factor as far as how much footprint they take around the home. I went ahead and turned both of them on and I muted the microphones. You'll notice whenever you're muting them, you'll get this red indicator, either the ring with the microphone on here or the 4 dots. Each one of them has their own prospective applications. So the Alexa app or the Amazon Echo Dot app, you have the ability of going into the Amazon app, system. You can set up the actual device using it. You can also add different skills, alarms, timers. You have the ability of going in and checking basically conversations if you've done chatting with other members. Of course, there's music playback, recognition of type of music, cues, history. This is part of the Amazon Prime membership, so this is something that you'll get there. You'll notice we have different tabs: music, lists, reminders, skills, smart home, things to try, and settings. If we go into the skills tab, this is the aggregate list of all the different things you can teach the Alexa or the Amazon Echoes to be able to do as far as basically learning skills, working with different new hardware, automating the house. All of those things are configurable through here. And one of the new features that they've added is that now if you're trying to do something that it knows it has a skill for, it will ask you to add that skill during that automatically or on the fly. So you don't have to worry about adding it in the application. It does have calendar integration as well as obviously the assistance functionality, which means automation. We'll get a chance to check out some of the responses that it does, as well as also the ability to be used as a Bluetooth speaker. So we'll check that out as well. Now flipping over to the Google Home. Google Home has been updated recently. We'll go ahead and activate this. It needs to communicate with the actual unit. So it turns on Wi-Fi, it'll recognize it, and then it's going to give me a list of my devices. And the Mini should be the first one on that list. And here it is. You're able to interface directly with the system, so you can go in. There is an aggregate list of all your system things that you've been doing with it, the discoverable articles to read. You can browse. You can also go into the actual unit itself, and you can set up different options with it. So this is home control, shopping list, more as far as services. You can do additional things with it. You can set up your personal information for recognitions like your home and address, and so you can ask for directions, preferences, payments, shared devices, of course, other things, and of course all the other ones that you have. I do have, as you can see here, 3 different Google Homes. 2 of them are standard Google Home, and this one is the Mini. You can set up your music, your home control. The list of compatible devices as far as automation has been growing tremendously on the Google Home. Alexa definitely has a very big leg up on this, where they've had the system set up for many years, and they have much better integration with third-party developers, and Google Home is definitely making a really big leap now. You notice the list extremely long. A lot of companies, main ones obviously would be SmartThings, Wemo, all of the other things. But the short answer is Both systems have their own Perspective application to be able to set them up, customize them, add multiple profiles. Now, Google Home does have the ability of having multiple profile support with recognition with multiple users and customized answers. Alexa just gained this feature about a day and a half ago. I haven't had a chance to test it out. Now, voice control is pretty standard. I do want to mention that the initiation command for the Home Assist, the Google Home, is different than it is on your standard home. So normally you would say OK and the name of the company, and then that would work. Yet that actually does work on this device, but it also works with the Hey Google. You have the ability of doing that. And on the Alexa or on the Echo Dot, you have the way of changing the name of the actual assistant. So you notice I'm saying Alexa many times here, and I'm sure your Alexa is turning on, but this one isn't. And the reason behind that is I've changed the trigger command to be Amazon. We're going to go ahead and commence with the testing. I'm going to ask it a few questions just to show you guys that, you know, we're really talking almost apples to apples at this point. The skill level between these two are very good. Control or volume control is very similar. Volume level 5. Hey Google. Volume 50%. Again, I can control them, or I can actually use the buttons here and then change them up and down. But if you put them in a position where you don't have a way of actually touching the device, it works with voice commands very well. And they both have very good response. Tell me a joke.
Why are coffee beans such troublemakers? They always end up in hot water.
Hey Google, tell me a joke.
One joke. Coming up, there are two fish in a tank, and one says to the other, "How do you drive this thing?"
How does a cat sound? What does a cat sound like?
A cat sounds like this.
But the answer to this is it'll answer general questions, spelling questions, mathematical questions, but they both also do contextual questions, which means you can ask a question and a follow-up question. Where I found where it kind of changed a little bit is that Google is a little bit better at catching people's mistakes about saying things. What is Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday?
Benedict Cumberbatch was born on July 19th, 1976.
So you notice it did pick up on the fact that I'm saying Benedict Cumberbatch, and it actually not only did that, it gave me the right answer. What is Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday? What is Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday?
Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday is July 19th.
When is Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday?
He was born on July 19th, 1976.
Hey Google, is he married?
Sophie Hunter since 2015.
Hey Google, how old is she?
She's 39 years old.
Is Benedict Cumberbatch married?
Yes, Benedict Cumberbatch is married.
What's her name?
My name is Alexa.
Is Benedict Cumberbatch married?
Yes, Benedict Cumberbatch is married.
To whom is he married?
Benedict Cumberbatch is married to Sophie Hunter.
How old is she?
Sophie Hunter is 39 years old.
So you notice the question had to be a little bit more structured in the way you ask Alexa. You can't really kind of go with very conversational. Google's able to pick that up, and I think it's a little bit more of the AI and the understanding of the just machine learning. It understands how we speak, and you can talk to it really normally in a way of asking questions. The next thing I want to do is just basically doing calendar events. Both of them are supportive of calendar events. Google actually did recently pick up that ability, so I'm able actually to say, "Hey Google, add pick up milk on my calendar tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Sure, pick up milk tomorrow at 9 a.m. Do you want to save this?
Yes.
Sure, I saved your event.
Add pick up milk tomorrow at 9 a.m. to my calendar.
That's pick up milk on Friday, October 13th at 9 a.m., right?
Yes.
Okay, I've added that.
So you notice they're both integrated now. Both of them can also make phone calls. Hey Google, call the local CVS.
Thank you for calling CVS Pharmacy.
Very simple, very easy. You can also configure it within the application so that it actually shows your mobile number as the dialing number now. It's no longer showing as a blocked number. Echo Dot also picked up that little skill a couple of days ago, and as far as I understand, it's only restricted right now to be on things that are within your contacts list. So you have to sync up your contacts list, where with the Google Home, you're able to make calls to anything that's local. As long as you're able to say the business name, it will dial it. Last thing I wanted to check out for you guys is how do these speakers fare out? Obviously, we're talking small form factor, single speaker, firing speaker on each one of these. How do they fare out from audio playback? And also, both of these can be used as Bluetooth devices. So on my device here, I have my Note 8. I have both of these devices connected as Bluetooth devices. So you'll notice right here, I have my Echo Dot, and I'm going to connect to that. And I'm also going to go to the kids' room speaker.
Now connected to Galaxy Note 8.
both of them connected, and I have them both paired. Now, one of the main features of the Node 8, and I think some of the new devices coming out, is the ability to play music to two devices at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. And for the music, I am going to be using a royalty-free list of music songs downloaded directly from YouTube's Creative Studio. So if you guys need access to those, just go into your YouTube channel under your Creative Studio, and you'll be able to download these songs to use in your videos. And then you'll notice it's 100% on my device. So at this point, volume is set up on the actual unit. So I reduced the volume here on this one. Let's go high. So you notice between the two, I think it's pretty clear that the Google Home plays a very more full sound. It actually sounds a little bassier than it is with the Echo Dot. Overall, when we look at both ecosystems, there's a lot of pros and cons on both camps. I'm not going to say one is better than the other. It's going to be what works for you best. And I think that's going to be the right answer. The fact that we have a Google Home Mini now, I think that's going to be a very good entry point for a lot of people that did not want to pay $130, or on the Amazon side, they didn't want to pay the $200 bill to get an Amazon Echo, and they went with the Echo Dot. I think that's really where the compromise here. You're wanting to get something that's reasonably priced that has a lot of power. Home Mini has the power of the AI and the AI backbone of Google, all the machine learning, all the natural speaking. You guys notice I'm asking questions. I don't have to form my question. It'll actually not only pick up my question, it'll pick up my corrections, which is really funny. Amazon's definitely learning, and it's getting up there. And I think with the new features that it added, making calls and the ability to have different profiles, I think those are really good. Overall, at the end, I think it's going to be a preference. I think the fact that we have a comparable offering now from Google at the $49 mark, it's a very good option. It works great with Chromecast, works great with any of the Google services. Also, because of having Google Home at home and you connect the automation functionality of this, as you guys know, you can use the Assistant on your phone, in your car, do many things, where Alexa, unfortunately, is still kind of limited to Amazon hardware. So hopefully we'll see better things at the future. But right now, for me, I think the Google ecosystem works best for me. But again, it could be different for you. Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe as usual. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.